as usual, Joe Biden is crushing it, absolutely crushing it in the public spotlight. I mean, he nails it on all cylinders, and he really breaks down policy in a way that the general person can understand. Get a load of this, Jim.
We have to make sure everyone has access to maintain affordable health insurance coverage. We should be making it easier, not harder, to make sure make sense to, let me put it another way. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Let me put it another way. It makes no sense was also what they were hoping for his campaign slogan. That's actually what they were thinking. They might just make his campaign. So there you go. There's Joe Biden crushing it like he always does. And here, come here, Lucy. You're a little too close to the keyboard. Here's something else that happened. As far as the world of political advertisement goes, check this out. And you might have seen this already. This went very viral this week. And this is something. Here, let me get the volume up.
$1 billion fund to help small businesses and its workers get through the shutdown.
It will be up to Congress to restock it.
But Democrats blocking that move this morning.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
Thousands have been forced to wait for hours at food banks all across the country.
This is chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got to restock the ice cream.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
So we say enjoying.
Having to admit that, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of work.
This specific program is about stopping job losses today.
This is hurting people bad.
Other people in our family look for some other flavors, but
Right now, it's survival move. You don't know where that next something else is going to come from.
I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
That's brutal. That ad is brutal. And Nancy Pelosi handed that to Donald Trump. Can you blame anyone? First of all, Nancy Pelosi said, her kids like all kinds of different flavors. I'm assuming her favorite flavor is Tears of the Poor. I'm pretty sure that's her go-to. Can you blame anyone for not wanting to vote for that? Like, how can you blame anyone? And look at that ad. That ad is brutal. And that's what the Trump team's doing right now. We watched the Biden ad yesterday where Biden just attacked Trump from the right on China. All the things you could criticize Donald Trump when it comes to COVID-19, all the things you could criticize that guy for. The easiest of which, he has no clue what the hell's going on. He's making all kinds of claims that have no science or medical backing, saying we're going to get a vaccine tomorrow and there's going to be unicorn blood's the cure. All these ridiculous claims. And instead they attack him from the right on China. And this is the ad that they just dropped. Nancy Pelosi, and by the way, Nancy Pelosi did all this. We talked about that. And now Nancy Pelosi is asking for money after she showed off her $24,000, her two $12,000 refrigerators, so 24 in all, and her ice cream that goes for, I think it was $20-some a pint. Shahid Buttar and I talked about this after she did all that. And again, as this ad shows, people are starving. People are lining up for food. We are amidst basically a depression. I mean, we've been in depressions before, and the only reason it's not designated as such is because they reevaluate what qualifies a depression, so they don't have to call it a depression. But that's pretty much where we're at. And she's boasting about the ice cream and her freezer. And also, I gotta say, it was a little selfish that she gave a tour of her kitchen and did not show us the oven that Hansel and Gretel were pushed into. That would have been, I mean, that's folklore. I don't know why she didn't show that to us. But this is, I mean, you look at ads like that, you can't blame anyone for feeling like they don't have anywhere to turn. Because you know which party represents workers? Neither. Donald Trump did that ad. Donald Trump's not going to do anything for workers. He's been actively against workers. The only difference is that he gave the lip service when he had to. He gave the lip service when he had to get the votes. Again, talking about bogus promises. That's what he did all during 2016. He made bogus promises. Hillary Clinton made no promises. Can you blame people for feeling like they have nowhere to turn? Can you blame people who see that ad that is by Nancy Pelosi's own making, quite frankly, and are saying, I'm not going to vote for this anymore. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore because we have two parties, both who are owned by Wall Street. And I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democratic establishment. I'm tired of the Beltway pissing in my mouth and telling me it's lemonade. I'm sick of it. I mean, that ad is brutally effective. And that Biden ad was laughably ridiculous that we talked about yesterday. And now Nancy Pelosi, by the way, is asking for money. She's asking for money. In fact, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. After she did the campaign stunt, I'm going to show you the thousands of dollars of ice cream. She started asking for money for her campaign. And why did she ask for money for her campaign? Well, because according to her, the Republicans are trying to stop her. But her opponent in November is not a Republican. Her opponent's this guy. Her opponent's Shahid Buttar, a digital rights activist, a democratic socialist. And he's been on the show a good handful of times, not just to talk about his campaign, but to also talk about issues in the digital rights vein. That's who her opponent. I did the point thing right. Did you guys see that? I always get it wrong. I did it right this time. Every morning, I'm like, do the opposite of how it's supposed to look to you, because then it'll look. I did it, huh? Oh man, yeah. I feel like the Rocky theme music should be playing right now. Da 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 da. I got the point right. Da 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 da. So Nancy Pelosi just got slammed hard in this ad, and she's lying when she's asking for money because she's saying the Republicans want to stop me. Your opponent's not a Republican, Nancy Pelosi. It's Shahid Buttar. It's a democratic socialist. Why won't Nancy Pelosi put out an ad saying a democratic socialist is trying to stop me? Maybe because that won't go over so well in San Francisco. Maybe, just maybe, people will think, who is that guy? I want to look into him. So Nancy Pelosi's scared in November. And when you look at ads like that, if you are a blue no matter who person, and you look at ads like that are going to be very effective in hurting Democrats, do you want Nancy Pelosi in office? Donald Trump or any other Republican sure as hell couldn't make an ad like that about Shahid Buttar. Shahid, after that happened, Shahid posted a picture of his freezer, which was just a regular freezer. They couldn't make that ad about him. So if you're a blue no matter who person, don't you see how Nancy Pelosi's a liability? Don't you see how she is so unbelievably disconnected? How disconnected from the world do you have to be that Donald Trump and the Trump campaign can call out how disconnected you are? Donald Trump, the person who was born with the silver spoon, who would have more money right now if he just did nothing with what was handed to him, That guy, the plutocrat's plutocrat, that guy is able to point out how disconnected you are, and he's right. That's how insanely disconnected Nancy Pelosi is. And people are supposed to believe that they really got a choice when it's Wall Street A and Wall Street B. Man, she got dunked on hard in that ad. Hard.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your